Hi guys. Yes, it is that time again. Time for another review video. And today I am going to be expanding on yet another series to the Before Watchmen. And today I'm going to be reviewing Ozymandias or Ozymandias. Either pronunciation is correct. So before we get started, my hair is like all over the place today. I don't know why. Let me just put on my headband. My headband of knowledge. No, not really. But that's a lot better. It's out of my face now. So, let's continue on with the review. Let's start off with the writer. The writer to this series is Len Wein, or Len Wein. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not entirely sure. And he did an excellent job writing the story to Ozymandias, and the production of this series as a whole was so well put together. I mean, it exceeded my previous expectations of this series. Like when it first came out, it just went above and beyond, and Len did an excellent job writing the series, and I really have to give it up for him. I think his writing of this piece was so well done, and I have to give him props for that. And the artist is Jae Lee, and Jae Lee is a Korean American comic book artist. He has worked on numerous titles such as Hellshock, I think Dark Towers. I also believe The Inhumans. I know he did a couple of like Captain America stuff. I forgot like what series that's on. I know he did some Spider-Man stuff as well. I don't remember the series name exactly. I wish I did, but I totally forgot. But I'm gonna try to look it up, and I'll put like a link to it down below so you guys can sort of check that out. And if you are a die-hard comic book collector, or if you're starting out as like collecting comic books, definitely invest in or definitely pick up some works by Jae Lee, because his artwork is seriously one of a kind, and you're not going to find it anywhere else, especially from DC. I mean, I believe Jae Lee's artwork is the best, like, and I know it's far-fetched saying this, but it's really the best of DC, because you don't see it anywhere else, and it's a really unique piece to have. So I'm just going to show you some of the some of the covers, I should say. The Ozymandias series is a series of 6. I currently have 4. I don't have present knowledge of when the 5th one's coming out. I hope the 5th one comes out pretty soon, because this is like one of my top favorites. In previous videos I've mentioned, or I think the first video I've made, which was ratchet, I have to say, because I was so nervous. It was like the first video I've ever made. I talked about how Ozymandias was like my favorite Watchmen character. Well, he is my favorite Watchmen character, and when this series came out, it sort of like validated that reason, like my previous reasoning on why he's my favorite character. And in the beginning of the series, it just basically introduces Ozymandias. His actual name is Adrian Alexander Viet, or Viet. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm so bad at pronouncing last names, I swear. So it just talks about like his childhood and his adolescent life, and then it talks about his adult life as well. And what was so admirable, and what really caught me when I read the Watchmen graphic novel, he grew up well off, or he grew up sort of like in a wealthy social background. His father made perfumes and had like a perfume company, and his mother, I'm not quite sure what his mother did. I guess she just like raised him. And when Ozymandias started to get older and when his parents died, he sort of gave all of his inheritance money to like numerous charities and started off from nothing and just worked himself up, which is the main reason why I liked Ozymandias, because he gave me that sense of hope. Like when you have nothing, you can definitely make something of yourself, something greater, and it's one of the main reasons why he's like my favorite character of all times. And he has this bit of an obsession with Alexander the Great. Now, in my review video, when I reviewed The Comedian, if you're a history savvy, or if you just love history, the first issue of Ozymandias you're gonna love. I promise you, it's going to be the best thing you've ever read, because it does talk about Alexander the Great. It talks about like all the places he conquered and all the places he wanted to conquer but didn't because he died at a fairly young age. So it goes into that, and I just found it really interesting, and I was so hooked. And I'm totally into Greek things. Like I have a whole bunch of like Greek stuff. Not Greek, Roman, whatever. I'll show you some books that I have. I don't think I have. Well, I just recently read Plato's the Georgias or something. But I really like the whole Greek and sort of ancient history type of stuff and ancient philosophy. It's like one of my top favorite things to like read, like as far as like literature genre. So it was really, really fun reading Ozymandias. And I think the first issue you're gonna have a lot of fun with. And I think later on in the series it starts talking about basically slowly pushing towards his introduction into the Watchmen. And I think in the third or second series, he comes into confrontation with the comedian, which was a total heart stopper for me, because I was sort of expecting that he was going to like run into the comedian, but it was totally just badass. I mean, the fight scene between Comedian and Ozymandias is well worth reading, and the fight scene I think is in issue 3, and I'll show you like a page of it so you guys can sort of get the gist of it. I hope you guys can see that, but this is like the whole fight scene between Comedian and Ozymandias. And Ozymandias seriously met his match, because previously he put himself on like this high pedestal, or he's very egotistical. I mean, that's what I got from reading the series. And when he met the comedian, it sort of cut him down a few sizes, and then you can sense that like not resentment, but you can sense that strong dislike that Ozymandias has for the comedian. And if you read the Watchmen graphic novel prior to reading this, and I keep mentioning it in a lot of my other videos, do read Watchmen before you read Before Watchmen, because there's going to be like a lot of references, and there's like you're not going to really get it. But that moment when Ozymandias was versing the comedian, I was like so hyped. I don't know why, but like I was on the A train and I was like reading it, and I was just like so excited. I'm just like, oh shit. Like the person next to me must have been like, what the, how old are you? But anyways, yeah, definitely pick up this series. It's amazing. I do recommend, if you are a comic book collector, or if you're starting to get into collecting comic books, definitely think of actually like making a purchase, because it is well worth the purchase. I mean, personally, it looks so great in any comic book collection, and it's a really nice piece to have, especially because Jae Lee is an amazing artist, and Len is an amazing writer, and the whole production to Ozymandias came out really, really well. So yes, I made a sooner video or like an earlier video because tomorrow I'm going to be, well, technically later on I'm going to be going up to the Bronx to visit some family members. So I'm not going to be reviewing for another couple of days, maybe like even next week, because I'm going to start school soon. So I just figured kill two birds with one stone and make like another quick video. So yeah, I'm so glad because I got so many positive feedback from my previous video, and you guys really gave me the inspiration to keep doing this, and I thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. So if you have any other questions, if you have any recommendations, of what other series I should read, definitely let me know. And I'm going to be reviewing, sadly enough, I'm going to be reviewing Moloch pretty soon, which I'm gonna have a lot to say about this. This is actually one of the series that, oh, oh god, it was just unnecessary. But that will be for another time because Ozymandias does play a big role in that series as well. So I can't wait to see you guys soon. Like I said, leave all your comments in the comment box below if you have any questions. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great Friday. Um, yeah, Friday. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.